Okay, it's that day of the week called Thursday. I have packages coming today. Oh yeah, we have a lot of other things to cover too, including something that Craig Sr. talked to me about Rosie O'Kelly and her monetization policy application. Rosie O'Kelly is not me, but I will take the time to cover it because it explains the perils if you are going to just violate the Digital Millennium Copyright Act and YouTube's terms of service on copyright. That the long-term repercussions is going to cause harm to your channel. Now, Rosie O'Kelly lost her monetization because of her transgressions. She actually lost her pocket change, so to speak. And the reason is very simple. YouTube is not supporting this kind of thing. Okay? They don't support this when you flaunt the law, violate the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. She says, I worked for over 3 months to try to get record companies to release the rights from music videos from years ago. Let me just tell you what I would do if I was in her shoes. Actually, I have done it already. You can either blank out the music, and that's what I would do. You're not going to get a record companies to give up the copyrights. That's not going to happen. Yeah. But the thing is that it seems to me that she's being tenacious and saying, oh, well, maybe I can keep fighting them. It's like trying to fight City Hall when you can't even talk to the first selectman or the mayor, and they won't even give you an audience. It's kind of hard to argue your case when they simply throw a pile of rules at you and say, these are the rules. Now, make this channel as clean as a whistle that follows these rules exactly, and then come back and talk to us. I don't know who that is. Stephen Hoff, I don't know who that is. But I would say, if I was in her shoes and she knows that the problem is copyright music, then she's got to clear that crap out of her library. She's going to have to euthanize the library of all that music. Totally kill it all. Erase it. It has to go. Because you can't have any copyrighted music in your library, or under the new policies, you cannot have any existing channel strikes. Now, if your channel stays clean and it has no strikes, it has no content ID strikes, then sometimes a little, but the term is little, not a lot. So, yeah, YouTube is going to basically stand their ground against this. And unless Rosie O'Kelly clears out her music and her show library and deletes all the videos that contain content and ID music, or blanks out the soundtracks or whatever, then YouTube is going to have her dead to right. She can't do anything about it. How you doing, Oral? I don't know how you mentioned Herman Munster in this. I don't see Rosie looking like a Herman Munster. I know some of the backstory about her, but that's not even the point here. Also, we got a new viewer yesterday who watched the the video I did last night, and she was actually interested in what she saw with the content. Deborah, please, how you doing? Rusty the Cat was here a little while ago. I have to get out more. Damn. I gotta move around more. This is not good for my body at all. But anyway, so yeah, the what I'm trying to say is that if you really want to be monetized, you gotta basically be, for YouTube's concern, perfect. You have to be free of faults. You can't have any content ID issues. You can't have any kind of community guidelines issues. But then again, given the way things are right now in the 21st century of 2021, it makes sense. YouTube is seeing a lot of people trying to grab that brass ring, i.e., monetization. And the young small channels are doing it as fast as they can because they realize that they need the money to pay their bills. Well, my experience with small channels is from being a small channel, because I am still a small channel. There's two classes, well, actually three, but I'll just talk about the two major classes. One class of channels is we'll follow the rules. We'll do everything by the book. We'll do everything right. The other class is, hey, if I get views from doing something stupid that violates the Digital Millennium Copyright Act or Terms of Service, I'll do it so I can get my subscribers up. So then the 4,000 view watch hours, and then I can apply. Well, honestly, that's kind of bad, because you know why? It's like you're laughing in YouTube's face when you do that. Instead of saying, okay, look, I'm going to try to put my best content out there. I've read the rules. I'm applying the rules to everything I do. And in their case, I'm making sure that my content is appropriate. And that's important. Okay? Because they write the rules and you have no choice but to abide by those rules. That's the only right you have. You don't have any other control over the situation. And some would say, if you don't like it, go find another network. But Twitch is doing no better, so Twitch is struggling also. So if you're going to do it on Twitch, Twitch is even farther behind than YouTube is as far as how you become a sponsored channel. And the Digital Millennium Copyright Act is where YouTube was about 3 years ago. Where they'll just basically blank out the entire sound track or totally take the video offline completely and give you their equivalent of a strike. So, as a content creator, of course, Rosie really didn't think of this. Maybe she thought, well, everything's the same as it were 2 years ago, 2017, 2018, 2019. No, they're not. Because there's so many people looking to monetize channels now because they need to pocket money. And YouTube is running afoul of the Section 230. Because they want to become a publisher. This is something that's up to YouTube to fix, but this is what they need to know. Because now they're acting more as a publisher. They may lose this Section 230 standing. They already lost it in some countries. So that's to think about. Alright, now next thing is the weather is cooling down. We're getting into autumn-like weather. Temperatures today, this is going to be one of the last of the warm ones. This is going to be 24 high today. But then after that, this is my area. And then the temperatures are going to drop into the low 20s, like 21, 20 degrees Celsius during the daytime. Autumn's coming. Autumn's here, actually. Winter's coming. The winter's going to be nice and cold, frosty, and it is going to be nice and chilly. Yeah. So, the debt ceiling talk, just to go through quickly here. They are trying to pass an independent bill. It's passed the House, but the Senate is, well, we know what the story with the Senate is. First question is people are going to wondering what's going to happen to their Social Security and checks. I'm going to be honest with you, this officially, you will still get your Social Security check, but it may be late. Why? Maybe, but I think that more than likely in 2 years, it's not going to be that's likely to kill off everybody. It's the fact that poverty is going to result in people having to give up their internet connections. Hyperinflation is already kicking in, so you're seeing people starting to give up the things that are luxuries. Now, I know you say, but the internet is not a luxury anymore. Yeah, that's true. However, unfortunately, as things get tougher and leaner, people start to give up things that they don't feel is worth it. Or for cell phone internet plans and some home internet plans, they'll switch to a lower rate plan just so that they can still have some basic internet so they can fill out job applications, get email. But otherwise, they will basically downgrade their internet to offset for the things like food and shelter costs, which both are still on the rise right now. People are not doing as well as they could be. People like me that have a belly on us, a gut, we have a little bit extra insurance in our stomachs, but even we're going to find out that sooner or later that we're going to have to basically make decisions of what to give up. And that's a reality. Some countries consider internet a human right. They even give inmates access to internet. Yes, we have that here in the United States. A lot of persons have internet access. Unless their terms of their incarceration prevent them from having access to internet. Okay? But as I said, there are things that when times get tough, the people are going to make decisions voluntarily that are going to be, and it's going to be the things like internet, cell phone plans, and satellite dish or cable TV are going to likely be the first things to go. Because people are going to do their best to keep the roof over their head and keep the electric and the gas on. So at least they have heat. Especially in the winter months when in even New England it can get pretty frosty, I can tell you. Yeah, you can buy rice and beans, but not everybody likes rice and beans. Rice is good for me because it doesn't contain gluten. But beans, actually, vegetables are okay. Locally grow them. People don't even think about that if they have the ability to do it. is grow their own vegetables. It is a lot of work to do. In some areas, they may not be able to grow a lot of them. For example, if you have a porch or patio, maybe you can grow a very small, simple garden on the patio to raise food. But that's about it. But when the rents start going over 50-60% of your income, then you have a problem. Medications are going up in price. And so some people are foregoing their life saving medications to pay the rent. Yeah, well, that's true. But I don't think most people have any idea what real hunger is. I know I don't have a lot of experience with real hunger. I mean, I've been really hungry, but not to the level where I haven't eaten in days. But, right. But like I said, you can grow some things like bean plants in your own garden, and rice. That's a little trickier. I mean, if you want to try really growing your own rice, I don't know how you would begin, but I suppose you could do it. Potatoes mostly when pickings were slim. Right. Well, potatoes is another one that's still pretty much a staple. People are already giving up meat in their diets as the price of meat has gotten so high that they can't afford to buy meat anymore as much. Uh, I went to McDonald's yesterday, and I get the same meal pretty much every time, so I pretty much know the price its average goes for. Okay, $14.15 for eating with two plain double cheeseburgers, one large French fry, one medium Diet Coke, and a large vanilla shake. $14.15. I remember that same meal less than 2 years ago, costing me about $10. Wow, that's a heck of a hike for eating out. Um, but the thing is regardless, there are things that we human beings will give up. The bare necessities. Yeah. So as the price of utilities are going up, electric and gas, the, there are some people wondering if they should give up electric or gas before they give up housing. The way it is now in this country, you give up electric and gas, you may actually still lose your housing, especially if it's a rental. So we add our utilities as a variable part of our rental costs. Right. Well, the problem is right now is there is no KFC in Winston. There's supposed to be a Chick-fil-A going in next door, across the street, but well, let's see. I don't see a cruiser's name here. Right now, we don't have the pit open for that. We have it open for Craig Sr. to join on the moderator's chat because I wanted to talk to him about the Rosie O'Kelly. Yeah, I know there's a lot of ways to make potatoes. But we need to talk about something about gluten, because gluten really has a nasty effect on people like me. There was one illustration of a woman that had a gluten problem, and another woman that had a beer problem. They still had distended bellies, um, which kind of worried me because unfortunately I eat a lot of bread and a lot of things with wheat in it, and I'm thinking that gluten may be. Yeah, I believe you. But then most fast food is. Well, we'll have to see what happens, guys. I don't know if they're going to open or not. Looks like they still are planning to, but I don't know how long it's going to take to set up. So, but what about the if the came down to the situation got bad enough, it was choice between food or electricity? Would you give up electricity just to eat? If you still had some way of making a heat source to cook on it? That's the question. Is the electric grid costs of going up, 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 up? I know that Connecticut electric rates have always been on the high side, but I wonder, as I said, how many people would give up their utility access to have money to save so they can have food on the table to feed their kids? Excuse me. Bagels are fine, muffins are fine. I've had both. That's just a matter of. I don't know. The thing is just right now, with there's so many things going on right now with the world economy. I don't know how long it's we're going to be able to live this first world lifestyle before finally people basically knuckle under and go, they can't afford it anymore. People may end up having to give up their, as I said, even things like the internet, of course, and I mean even the electric and gas, just to make sure they can have a roof over the head. But in the wintertime in New England, that could be a disaster. Because even if you have oil heat, it still depends on electric ignition to get the boiler started. So what are you going to do then? I've heard of potato pancakes, but I don't remember if I really had them. I know a lot of depression foods are making a comeback. Those people, just like in the Great Depression, people are trying to make food with less. But the scary thing is that, like I said, if you end up giving up your utilities for because it's too expensive, how are you going to heat the house? Most people don't have wood stoves anymore. Right, they can't legally cut your heat off in the winter. That's true. But that doesn't mean they can't cut your heat off in the spring and then have your bill not getting your bill paid so you can't heat in the winter time either. And that's basically, it doesn't mean they can legally turn your heat on or your electric on for the winter either. So it becomes a trap, because don't forget, if you did do that, and even if you did get energy assistance, you're still going to make sure to pay off the back electric bill that you owe. The electric assistance may not pay everything. You know, Red, that's enough right now. Come on. So it's a real quagmire, because as people are suffering, they're going to start making those hard choices. I don't mean they're going to be making the right ones, but it means that people are going to try to decide between making sure I have a roof over my head or having a meal in my belly versus things that we consider luxuries like internet, cell phones, and things like that. That's just the reality. And I had a nice person chat with me last night on last night's video. I was hoping that she would come by and check out the video, but maybe she will be. I did tell her the show starts at 10, so maybe she'll come by. And as far as the debt ceiling goes, they got to come up with 10 senators on the Republican side that will vote for the continuing resolution and raising the debt ceiling or suspending the debt ceiling until December of 2022. Are they going to get it? I don't know. There should be somebody out there, a Republican, that will go ahead and support the raising of the debt ceiling and continuing resolution. You also forget potato crisps as well. But yeah, we had a good conversation. That's potato chips. So what's going to happen in this country before the 27th? They have to vote on the first of the two infrastructure bills. The first of the two. Hi there, Blazing Leo. Panel's open if you want to join us. I believe it's open. Let me check. I was doing some shoveling around here. No, it's not. Oh, okay. Let me get the panel open here. I had the panel open this morning for the moderators, and I kind of jumped out and started doing some other things, waiting for the morning show to start, trying to get caught up what was going on this crazy world of ours. And I don't know. I'm sorry about the yawn. I got some sleep. I just oh, by the way, there's a new research project saying that people who get less than 7 hours of sleep are likely to go hit the sugars and the carbs. Yeah, but the problem is that also causes a sugar rush, which causes insulin spikes, and then you're gonna have a sugar crash. It's not gonna make you any more active. Well, I think that the infrastructure bill isn't so bad. It's the human infrastructure or the American Families Plan that's the one that I have questions about. I think they still can't give us the final text of the darn bill. We don't know what they have in it because they keep working on it, but they're going at a snail's pace. Well, the other problem too is even if you raised it, even if you passed the infrastructure bill, you're not going to be able to start work on it. Especially if the government doesn't defaults on its bills, and they'll come up with a continuing resolution, and the government shuts down. The case is just basically was like gee, it was a nice idea, they'll never come into fruition. Makes you think though, if you raise the debt, don't raise the debt ceiling, all the legislation that they're creating isn't going to do a doggone good. I just feel like some ways that they are not aware that they're going to hamstring themselves. Well, why don't you if you have time, why don't you join us in the morning panel here today? We haven't had anybody on here for a while. It's still a little humid outside. I put on another tub, but this is the one that was damaged by hair bleach and by the bleach man. I can't do much to fix either one. Oh, okay. So I don't know. Craig is gonna be out here tonight. Maybe he will be. But let me just turn this fan on. It is a little warm. It's a little humid in here today. Just a little bit. That's not too bad, but it's just. I know I've still got my cord plugged into my microphone, so I can't really reach real far. Oh, alright. So, just a really interesting thing. Don't forget, guys, we have a Saturday night show at 7 o'clock. 5 networks. And depending on how the show goes, it will be members only. If at the end, if the show turns out to be a giant fiasco. I know some people do erase their shows after they have a live stream to avoid YouTube from picking up on the show and basically picking on them and giving them strikes. But you know what the thing is that's an option, but I really kind of would like to have had people be able to watch the replays. By the way, for those of you who did not know, there's a new World of Warcraft cookbook out. It's kind of expensive. It's like $50. From the Blizzard online store. They also have 2 books of geography of the Eastern Kingdoms and of the Kalendor as well. So if you're interested in that, you can go to Blizzard's store and order them. Or I found I can get some of those from Amazon. So if they're on my wish list, if you're interested. So again, go to my wish list. Help support my store. While you're at support, help my Patreon. As we are continuing to try to grow, and I still want to make this channel a better channel. We gotta get new people in here, guys. Oh, you forgot baked potatoes with Marmite. Well, actually, I think Marmite tastes better on ice cream, but yeah, because you got the sweet and the salty. So, like if you eat an ice cream, you can put a little bit of Marmite on it, and that will provide the saltiness that kind of contracts with the sweetness. Like Marmite on French vanilla ice cream isn't half bad. I eat corn raw too. Corn on the cob raw is pretty good. So today I have to go get the mail and try to get there before the porch pirates do, because it was supposed to get in the box yesterday. I've eaten raw potatoes. It's not kind of starchy. It's yeah, but if there's no money for meat, no, I'm not kidding when I said about the Marmite on ice cream. I tried it. It's actually not bad. They even in Burrell, which is from worst foods in America, worst cooks of America, which is the professional chef, they're teaching them to combine flavors together, sweet and salty. It goes good pretty well. And that makes sense when you think about it. So I tried it. I put some Marmite on my ice cream, and it was actually pretty good. Kind of neutralized the sweetness, and then, but the problem is, Marmite has so much salt in it that you don't want to eat too much. I like raw corn on the cob too. So raw green beans, string beans, raw peas. They're okay. Raw peas are okay. It's just they don't have much taste. No, I didn't buy that game. Probably needs a video card upgrade with the EFI boot ROM to play it. Which is a whole nother project. Gotta see if I can get my. I want to get the right video card with the boot ROM in it so I can go up to Catalina. Well, I'm lucky enough if I can still play World of Warcraft. Because they say that they no longer are supporting High Sierra, so kind of makes me sad, actually. I know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Today my selfie stick is going to be here. It's a universal selfie stick, but it comes with a mount for a GoPro video camera. It's a separate add-on bracket. Just take that off. Because I've got I ordered the one for my cell phone, which was cheap. So I bought that. So then I can put that on my camera and I can have my GoPro on my phone. So, don't know what's going to happen if the government doesn't come up with a debt ceiling increase. I know that according to Blind Billionaire, he said that Social Security checks may be delayed. Makes you wonder why. Especially if it's a direct deposit. Why would they be delayed? Because the trust fund is already paying people. A large majority of them paid by direct deposit. Oh yeah, next month. I think I still have it up here, but yeah, it's in the other room. DSS increase for me from the food stamps. $235 or something like that. So we'll have to see what happens. Sounds like it's gonna be a slow day. It is, yeah. One thing I learned is that don't try to stretch a show out for an hour and a half unless you got people showing up to keep it busy. Otherwise, it's just gonna fizzle. And we know that these live streams anyway have a very short life. They don't last long. So I think I'll just basically kind of get ready to wrap this up because there isn't much more to cover other than I'm going to keep an eye out for the debt ceiling increase, if they're going to do it or not. Check out the news. And right now there's not much else to say. Other than I might do a video later on today. I have no idea yet. But, so for now, I'm going to let you guys go because we're pretty much wrapped it up for today. There's not much more to say. So, I'll see you guys, maybe in a video later on today. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, Michelle, before you go. Yeah. Don't forget to remind them that, you'll be hopefully getting more videos out on the road soon. Doing walkings and things. Yeah, I know, but that won't be for at least about another week once the rest of the parts come. Alright, guys. For now, talk to you later. Bye bye.